last week and what we are going to discuss today. Okay. So we discussed about a personal types of questions. What are the different types of questions they will ask? So these questions may ask in an interview, like a technical interview, or voice and accent also. Okay. Of course, your soft skills person who is going to be discuss all these questions if possible, but better to prepare some answers for it. A proper way out. There is no correct and wrong answer, guys. Any either it is a technical or a personal question. It is first important is practice answering. How to tell an answer. Okay, tell an answer. So test yourself. Are you telling an answer in a easy way or a proper way? So, for example, what is a service desk? Yeah, I by heart did I enter 4 5 lines and I can tell. So that's but how much easily you are telling and the way you are telling. So what is a services? Services first point is SPOC, single point of contact to meet requirements between SPOC, single point of contact between users and technical person. See, if you say like this, I tried something. Maybe it's the first time I have tried, so I may give an answer in a confusion manner, right? But if you practicing it, you can give a clear-cut answer. You can get a clear-cut answer. Either what are I given in my notes, or maybe you have searched in somewhere, okay, which is more suitable, okay, which is more suitable or more easy to tell, more understandable to you is an important. Okay, so here it is some definition is given. Service desk ensures that IT process and services align with the business objectives and needs. Okay, this is from service now. Okay, so help desk versus service desk. What is a service desk? IT services is a communication center that provide single point of contact between a company, its customers, employees, and business partners. 1 second, guys. Okay, okay, okay. So there is several answers. What you do, okay? Sometimes it is not required to that much set. Sometimes, if you want, you can put more and practice it. The main point is practice. Okay, which is you feel more suitable for your understanding. Okay, what you can able to tell, that is better options. Okay, so here also it is given about what is a service desk kind of stuff. Okay, okay, okay. I will put it in this chat box. Okay. So like it, someone, two people are added in meantime.
Yes, sir.
Verma and okay. So find it out, which is the better answer. It's not only about one thing, guys. It is about a different questions like a, so what is a CPU, or what is a RAM, what is a RAM and ROM differences, what is BIOS. So when you are getting a question, so whether it is personal or technical question, what is a network, what is a router. So what to do? So whatever the notes I given, that is sufficient, or you can find out. So first of all, practice. First time you try an answer without looking at. So we do in a childhood days, we forget those things. Okay, that is the best practice. Once you are flexible, means it's not required to point as it is. So without means that is a exact answer. It is not like that. What you understand is you, so then understand itself, and you can able to speak it out and speak without confusion, without mother tongue influence, or without grammatical mistakes. So speak an answer easy way, easy way. That's point it is. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, that we have discussed, and we discussed about what is your system configuration. So whatever the system you have, whether you have a Windows system or a Apple computer, what or a MacBook, whatever your system is there. So find out what is their configuration, write down one place. So when time comes, when you can able to tell this is my system configuration. Not only about that one. So what is about your mobile phone configuration? Why you are using a Apple phone? Why are you using Android? What is the difference between Windows and Apple? Those things also we have discussed, right? Important is this part. What is your CPU? What is your RAM? What is storage? What operating system? Yeah, please. And also we discussed about a service desk. In the service desk, we discussed about what is an IT organization. What IT organization is providing as services. Different types of services provided by IT organizations. Okay. And whenever the customer requires some information, or maybe they request for a change of services, or maybe reporting in issues, they will try to contact a service desk. What service desk will do it? Service desk give a initial support. Okay, give a support to the customer as per their customer requirements. Okay, resolving customer issues, follow up customer tickets. Okay, so these are different things we have discussed in a things. Not only that one. So what is the event, alert, incident? What is the problem? What is the difference between incident and problem? What is the change? Okay, those kind of stuff. And then change management is also a very important process. We discussed about a SOPs, troubleshooting models also we discussed. And we discussed about I've shown my voice ticket, okay, and how ticket will be raised and how we can able to support to the customers. Then we started a basics of hardware. So we discussed about a main basic hardware components like a CPU specifications, 32-bit, 64-bit specifications. Okay, some are I told orally, some are in the text also there. So both are important. Difference between RAM and ROM, difference between RAM and ROM, different RAM models, importance of the RAM, issue if it is a post-terrorist occurs, how the RAM is more effective. Okay, ROM, read-only memory, what is the BIOS, what is the BIOS setting, why should we go to the BIOS settings? Okay, what is the use of CMOS battery, what happen if CMOS battery has a low power or no power kind of stuff. That is also we have discussed. And about our motherboard, slots, panels, back panel connections. Also we discussed SMPS. Okay. Secondary storage devices. What are the different secondary storage devices are there? Okay. And in that one, what is the use of hard disk? Hard disk interfaces, SATA, PATA interfaces, the connectivity. Okay. And the next one is about internal hard disk, external hard disk. Hard disk and SSD. It's a very important question already. Whatever I told that all are important only. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, I have a question regarding the installation of hard drive, but I don't know
One second. What is the question?
how to install OS ticket in my.
How to install OS ticket.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. OS ticket.
That is, I will try any document which is I have collected earlier. So I will forward it. Okay. Or maybe any separate time we will see. Right now. Okay. Okay. So hard disk and SSD differences. What is this SSD? It is a solid state drive in a hard disk, data stores in platters, and the hard disk have a lot of mechanical parts and magnetic material it is. And SSD is not like that. SSD data stores in chips. It's got flash memory chips are there. The data stores in it. Okay, it is lightweight, easy to carry, small in size, faster data transmission is there. Read and write speed is very high and more suitable for storing operating system and applications. Okay, for a faster booting and faster application loading. And that is what we have discussed. And there is a two models in a SSD, SATA interface SSD, NVMe.M.2 SSDs. Okay. Next part, I said I'm going to discuss about a GPT and this one. So, but if possible, I will go back and give a small point. So once I have done this boot process. Today we're going to see about a boot processing first. There is a 5 or 6 steps in a boot processing. Once we done a boot processing, if possible, okay, I'm going after that one. So I'm going to show you the troubleshooting related to boot processing. Okay. The boot processing is first point. So next one is, so there is will be an issues in a boot processing, and each step there may be an issues. So if you got that issues, so where to check it? What is the solution? So we'll try to find it. The first of all, what is a boot process? It's a step-by-step process from start means power on your system to your user getting a screen. So like you have a system, you power on your system. After some time, you got a login screen, you log into the system, then you can start your piece system. You can start working on your system. See, in between, there is a step-by-step process will happen inside a system. Or you can say process of turn on your system. You can say process of turning on your computer or a device. Okay. So you can say like that also. There is a another point. It is what is the boot processing? It is turning on or turning on your system to work. The process of turning on your system to work. So that is also a boot process. So when your PC is on, you turn on your PC. So user screen to work. Like morning, I open my laptop, I turn on my laptop. So after some time, there is a login screen. I log into my system. I just went for water and all. I came. So the screen is prepared. So then I can start working on it. What? I think it is connected and disconnected. Guys, are you able to hear? Screen
Yes,
is
sir.
visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
sir.
audible.
Okay. Yeah, there is a little disturbance in internet. That's all. Okay. Now it is the first step of boot processing is post. Power on self-test. Power on self-test. What is power on self-test? System test itself. Make sure that all primary components working or not. What is a power on self-test? System tests itself to make sure all primary components of computer working or not. Okay. So what are the primary components? What are the primary components like a CPU, your RAM, and you can say your motherboard component. If motherboard is not working, nothing is works. Okay. So nothing, you don't get anything. Even power on is also impossible. Okay. Not a motherboard, exactly on motherboard chipsets. Okay. There is a on motherboard chipsets also there. What is the power on self-test? System is testing itself to make sure that all the primary components working are not. The CPU working, RAM is working, motherboard is working. On motherboard, there are a lot of chipsets and components. Motherboard chipsets are components like a power supply related, like that it will be there. If post is successful, you go for a next step. If post is fail, do it is a fail. So it is not a main point, guys. The first step is what is the second step? So based on boot priority in a BIOS. In a BIOS, there is a boot priority. So already we have seen BIOS boot priorities. So like that, we will go back once if you are forget or maybe you want to see once again. Okay, this is the BIOS boot priorities. So as per the priority list, system is trying to load operating system from those devices based on the priorities. Like you power on your system as per this, system is trying to load OS from CD-ROM first. If CD-ROM contains operating system, it loads. If not, then you'll try for a removable device like a pen drives. If not, then you'll try to load from hard disk. If it is there, it will load. You change the boot priority. My boot priority hard disk is the first boot priority. So it will try to load operating system from hard disk only directly. If it is there, it load. So it won't check the next one. Okay. So what is the boot priority? Okay. So in the BIOS, there is a boot priority. Based on the boot priority, system try to load operating system. So system is trying to find an MBR record. What is an MBR record on your hard disk or bootable device? Any device, there is a MBR record. This record contains information about your partitions, okay, and bootloader location, operating system location will be stored in this MBR record. In another hard disk type partition style is there, that is called GPT style. Either it is MBR style or BGPT style. What is the point of this MBR or GPT records? These records are created and contains information about your bootloaders, hard disk partitions, bootloader locations, operating system active partition locations stores in this MBR record only. MBR means master boot record. GPT means UID partition table. In our olden days, we have a disk types, disk partition styles. We use MBR. Now we are using GPT. Like in old days, we have BIOS. The BIOS support MBR. GPT UEFI support GPT. Don't worry, guys. Second step is finding a MBR record. MBR means master boot record. So based on your boot priorities in the bootable drive, it will try to find an MBR record. MBR record will tell where is the bootloader. Where is the bootloader? Guys, different operating system contains different bootloaders. Different operating system contains different bootloaders. NTLDR. In our olden days, we have a Windows NT type of system, Windows NT 98, 95, Windows XP 2000, 2003. That time, we use a bootloader is NTLDR. From Windows Vista onwards, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10, Windows 11, the bootloader name is Bootmgr. Okay, in a Linux-based operating system, we have different type of bootloaders are there, LILO. Another one is GRUB. So all enterprise Linuxes generally use GRUB. That too, current version is GRUB version 2. Okay, GRUB is also a bootloader in a Linux operating systems. So what is this bootloader? The bootloader will tell us how to load operating system and where is an operating system. In generally in Windows, operating system and bootloader located in C drive only. But in a Linux kind of systems, the bootloader stores in separately. In Windows also, we have a dual booting system. That time again, only one single bootloader, but bootloader contains two operating system locations, the primary operating system and secondary operating system location. Okay. Once again, what is the second step? Finding a MBR record from bootable drive. Based on the boot priority, we'll try to search our MBR record. We find an MBR record and load MBR record into okay. What is this MBR record will tell where is a bootloader. For example, I am booting a Windows 10. My Bootmgr is loaded. What bootloader will tell? So bootloader tell where is an operating system, how to load operating system. What is the first step? OS is loaded, got login screen. Once your operating system is successfully loaded, we got a login screen. Once in the login screen, you put a login, right? Username, password. Once you got it, so then there is a startup applications are there. You see in the task manager also, there is a startup. These are the startup applications. Those applications are showing enabled. Those applications will start immediately when a system is started. Okay. these applications which is enabled is a startup application will start immediately. Even for the services, those services, certain services are automatic services, not manual services, automatic type of services. These services will run immediately. See, some services are stopped, some are running. These services, system-based, user-based, or application-based, or hardware-based services are there. These services will run. So what is the fifth step? Once you log into the system, the startup applications and services runs. Okay, that is how we are getting the screen. So this is simple. Power on your system. Next step is post power on self-test. Once it is successful, system load operating system means it will search the bootable device based on the boot priority and find out the MBR record. It will tell where is the bootloader. Bootloader will tell where is the operating system, how to load operating system. And OS is loaded and you got your system process and user space is created once you log into your system. Okay. So this is some picture which helps you to understand. And another picture also have. So that is Linux based boot processing. This is also very clear. You power on your system, the BIOS. What is that? First is post operation. The next one is find out where is the portable devices and load a bootloader. And bootloader will load will tell how to load operating system and where is an operating system. Once it is loaded, so that uh, means what are the system services or applications will start automatically. Then user can log in and access the system. Okay. So again, what is a boot processing, guys? It is turn on your system to work with your system. So turning on process of system starting, starting of system. You power on your system. After some time, you got a login screen. You log into the system. Then you can user able to work on it. So the from the power on your system to user is working on the system, there is a step-by-step process. That process we call it as a boot processing. What is booting? Turning on your system. Booting is turning on your system. System is done. So what is the boot processing? The process involves to start your PC to work till you can start your working area. You power on your system till you can work on your system. Okay. What is the first step? Post. Power on self-test. Next step is find out a bootable device based on the BIOS boot priority. In that one, find out MBR record. MBR record will tell bootloader from your bootable device. You can find a bootloader. Bootloader will tell how to load operating system and where is an operating system. Okay. So where is operating system and how to load operating system. Once OS is loaded, you got a login screen. Once you log in, so there is a system based, user based applications, services will run. Okay. So then the boot processing is completed. Let's understand what is a boot processing.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The next point I am going to discuss about a troubleshooting of boot process. So what I will do, take a 10-15 minutes break. Okay. So come back at 11:20. So meanwhile, go through once these steps. Okay. Because it is also very important. Yeah, some people are joined. So tell me, Vaibhav came, Sandeep Kaur, Vinay, Diksha, Ayush, Ashish, Amir, Adarsh. Okay. So take a break, guys. Okay. Take 10-15 minutes. And the terminology is important. That's why I'm going to tell troubleshooting right now.